Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah.
With that shalom to 144,000 the rest of you elect out there. I'm going to entitle this video, The Most High's going to kill every last one of you dumbass Christians. I can't stand a damn Christian. These motherfuckers sound like used car salesmen. They never pull out scripture. They do a lot of talking around a scripture. So I don't know how I was able to listen to 20 minutes and it was going nowhere. They got this stance. They want to shove that bullshit ass Christianity down your throat. And let me just start here. 20 minute, 55 second in.
I feel like the Bible does isolate who God's people are versus who God's people are. But what I don't believe is that the house of Israel, so you talk about the sons of...
I'm talking about the 12 tribes.
Right, the sons of Reuben and
Naphtali, Judah,
Judah, Israel, you know what I'm saying? I don't believe that just are the people that God is seeking his redemption with.
Then you don't understand the scriptures. There's a bunch of scriptures that come to mind. Isaiah 14 comes to mind. Jeremiah 50, Jeremiah 51, the destruction of Babylon to deliver the children of Israel. Both the Judah and Israel shall be oppressed together. Future prophecy. Matthew 1, verse 21. Thou shalt call his name Yahushua, for he shall save his people from their sins. Matthew 10, verse 5, 6 basic scriptures. Go not to the way of the Gentiles, neither to any Samaritans, and see not, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And as ye go, preach saying the kingdom of heaven is at hand. What's the kingdom of heaven for? Let's go back to the fifth verse. Go not into the way of the Gentiles. The whole book, the whole 9th chapter of Romans. Come on now. Revelation chapter 21, chapter 22. Mainly chapter 21. Revelation 11. Talking about Israelites. The outer set, from the inner court of the temple, leave them out for they are given to the Gentiles. Ezekiel chapter 37. This is the whole house of Israel. The Most High is putting the breath back in Israel, not into other nations. The Most High separated the Israelites from the so-called Egyptians, which is Mizraim. They had a mixed multitude. Yes. But the mixed multitude put the spirit on Israel to want to go back to Egypt. When you read it, it's in the book of Numbers. I believe it's Numbers 21. I hadn't read it in a while. It was them that said, no, we got to go back to Egypt. What about the Edomites? Who are the Edomites? They don't know who the Edomites are. Scriptures, the Most High said we're going to gather the Edomites together as the two kingdoms come back together, and we're going to burn them. We're going to burn them up. We're going to exterminate them. Incinerate, exterminate, liquidate. So many scriptures come to mind. There's no blessing for Esau. Even the scholars say that. Esau is spoken of as a future judgment. And it's got, I'm merely paraphrasing, and shall not have, the Most High will not show mercy unto the Edomites. Who are the Edomites? They don't know what the Edomites are. And it's so, all the scriptures point to the Israelites. Well, what about Cornelius? Cornelius is an Israelite. What about the Gentiles in Romans chapter 11? Those are Israelites. Revelation 7, the whole chapter, 144,000, he mentioned the tribes. The multitude of nations, tongues, so forth, those are Israelites. let's listen to a little bit of this nonsense and then I'll close it.
Now, and I believe that based on the scriptures, not in the Old Testament.
These niggas sound like used car salesmen. You know about cars. You've been buying cars all your life, whatever. You see some things that ain't right about. They didn't say what it said on the web. It has this many miles. It doesn't have that many miles. There was no scratches. There's a scratch here and a scratch there. The left blinker light don't work, but it can be fixed. But they said the car is complete 100% tip-top condition. No nicks, no nothing. You go down there and there's a little minor things that a person that buys their first car is not gonna notice, but somebody is gonna notice. So what does the salesman do? He fast talks you. That's all these niggas do. They fast talk you.
When the tribes of Israel were the God's chosen people.
And this guy's talking about Israel like he's not an Israelite. I would just bring the conversation to myself. I would let him say something, and everything he said, I would come back with my narrative. And if he doesn't like it, he can walk down the street. Because I see that they're not going to wake up.
I'm talking about in the New Testament, where Christ says, my sheep hear my voice. My people know who I am. And it doesn't matter where you're from. If you're mine, you're mine.
Where's that in the scripture? Where's that in the scripture where it said it doesn't matter where you're from, you're mine, you're mine? That's not in the scriptures.
And so, like, I remember having a conversation with some other brothers who wrote down, the image of Christ, and they were talking about his hair all the way down to his feet. His ankles was clay, and his feet were up.
He doesn't even know the scriptures. He's mixing Revelation 1 with Daniel 2. So he doesn't know prophecy, and they damn sure don't know prophecy. Christians do not understand prophecy. Always go into the prophecies. You'll tie them up in the spirit.
Iron or something like that. I'm paraphrasing. I'm sure y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah. And y'all use that illustration as a means to break down different minority groups that exist in the world.
Revelation 1 describes the so-called black man. If you can't see that, something's wrong with you.
That represent the nation of Israel, right? And how that excludes this is my main.
See, this fast talking used car salesman doesn't work on us. That used car salesman fucking talk does not work on somebody that's a mechanic, a body mechanic, a diesel mechanic, whatever. A band that's all around cars. That might have used to been a dealer. When you tell a dealer, I used to be a dealer, they're gonna change their fucking argument. They're gonna change their talk.
We don't necessarily do that.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Is this gospel for all people? When I say
it's for all Israelites. That's it.
When I say all people, I mean all free people. So like white, black, Asian, or does it exclude any person based on their physical character?
No, because some Israelites look like Edomites and Moabites and other nations. Edomites are not going to make it. Who is an Edomite? The description of Esau describes a so-called white person. You can be a tear, maybe. I don't think he's a tear, but he can be a 10. This individual could be a 10.
Okay, now, I'm going to answer the last question first.
Okay.
It is not about what you look like.
Okay.
That's not what it is about. However, it is about what stock you come from, what nation you belong to,
okay,
whether or not you are an Israelite. So, yes, this gospel is exclusive for Isaiah 52, sorry. Isaiah 52. And I'll tell you what. But first, I'm going to answer this first. Now I want to get to the Gentiles, because that's a good question. Isaiah 52. And we're talking about,
I'm not singing until later.
Go ahead. This is the book of, hold on.
Can I just say this? Stop.
These last two verses.
I mean, go ahead.
Okay, because I want to answer this brother's question. Go ahead.
He said, go ahead, I'm not going to believe it anyway. I would have let him go. I said, goodbye, nice meeting you. I hope your ass wakes up. If you're not in the elect, you're not going to.
Isaiah 52 in verse 6.
He asked a fair question about if the gospel for everyone. Go ahead.
Verse 6, therefore my people shall know my name, therefore they shall know in the day that I am he that doth speak. Behold, it is I. How beautiful upon the feet are the feet of him that bringeth good tidings.
Gospel, go ahead.
That publisheth peace, that bringeth good tidings of good.
That brings good news of good. Go ahead.
That publisheth salvation.
That public salvation
That saith unto Zion.
to all people.
Unto Zion.
The whole world.
To Zion.
To Zion.
Thy God reigns.
So the gospel is to Zion exclusively. Now, the Gentiles, where do they come in? What is a Gentile?
Good precept, Isaiah 52. That's Romans 10 and Paul. Paul got that from Isaiah 52. So he could have read in Isaiah 52 or Romans 10.
Hold on. Okay. This is according to a testament before Christ was manifested on earth. That's like y'all are reading a reference to these scriptures of Paul prior to a new covenant coming into place. You understand the different covenants. Are we in the new covenant?
You don't understand the new covenant. You don't understand the covenants. The new covenant is mentioned in the Old Testament, Jeremiah.
Are we in the Christ covenant?
Are we in the new covenant?
Are we in the new covenant?
The new covenant. Are we in the new covenant?
What is the new covenant?
Hebrews chapter 8, verse 8.
Hebrews chapter 8, verse 8. For finding fault with them, he saith, behold, the days come and say,
One of them eating Negroes. He's always eating.
if the Lord, when I will make a new covenant
He's going to make a new covenant with
with the
Like the black woman, she's like the woman that you dealt with. All of a sudden you're going home, they want to eat in the car. So why the fuck you going to eat in the car? Wait till you get home. They can't wait. They have no discipline. He has no discipline, man. As Gunnery Sergeant Hartman says, you a disgusting fat body. This nigga likes to eat.
the house of Israel and with the house of
And that's disrespectful. You teaching, and here's this guy eating whatever the fuck he's eating. This is fucking disrespectful, man. Here we are having a discussion, and you got a big bowl of soup, camel soup, or whatever, eating and shit. Spit coming out your mouth. I despise you, Christians.
Judah.
Not everybody. That's important. No, keep going.
So no, this is not that covenant. Hold on. No, this is not.
This dude reminds me of the fat boy. He reminds me of Element 7, on a little fast talking ass.
That come on. Have you answered?
Go ahead.
Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand.
No, it says I'll make a new covenant. That's the new covenant right here.
He said he will make a new covenant. You.
So we're not in that new covenant.
We're not in that covenant right now.
I agree with you. Keep going.
Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers.
The new covenant is going to be fulfilled when we are saved at the last trump. 1 Corinthians 15, round about the 50th verse on down.
The day that I took them by the hand and led them out of the land of Egypt, because they continued not in my covenant, and I regarded them not, saying the Lord. For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saying the Lord. I will put my laws into their mind.
Has that happened yet?
No.
No, go ahead.
And I will write them in their hearts.
That has happened.
No.
So none of this has happened.
Right, but there is. So let me ask you a question.
New covenant. So where do we find that we're in the new covenant? Bible.
Okay, so if you want to speak in technical terms of covenants,
Yes, sir. New covenant.
new covenants, Christ being on earth is an establishment of a covenant.
Part of the covenant is fulfilled. The fact that Yahushua became the sacrificial lamb, the mediator between the Most High and Israel. That's the fullness of the covenant going to come in when the Most High delivers us. That's when the covenant is going to be fulfilled. When the laws are putting on, when the two kingdoms come together, the laws are putting in part, starting with 144,000 and the rest of the elect that's going to be delivered.
Okay, So when God made the covenant with Abraham, what did he do? What did he do? Like when he established.
He ain't make a covenant with Abraham. He made a well, you could say a covenant. He made a promise to them. The first covenant was made by the Lord to Moses, and it was written on tablets of stone that you read it.
His covenant, but with Abraham, what did he do to establish? No, that was a byproduct of the covenant,
Right.
That he did.
That's the covenant. So then, what are you talking about? Which covenant? Because
Okay.
there's two covenants. There's a covenant on Horeb and there's a covenant on Sinai.
Okay, so I'm thinking about the covenant where I believe Abraham sleep. I'm paraphrasing.
It's a prophecy. It's a prophecy, and it is part of the covenant. But the covenant of the laws, the first covenant, refers to the covenants that the laws that Moses got. Come on, man. You don't know.
Forgive me.
The stars in heaven and things like that. So he said, I'll give you this seed, or this seed will possess this land as far as you can see. Okay.
What did he do?
He said, what do you mean? He told him to go and go off to the father's kingdom. That's, I'm trying to see what you're talking about.
Okay. In the Old Testament, part of the covenant, sacrifice.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Yes.
He was raised up in a single family household with his mother. He got that shit from his mother. Your mother be eating and talking. That's some old black woman shit. I have enough discipline to hold that motherfucking soup in a damn bag until you get to some spot you can put it in a microwave or an oven. This is completely disrespectful. It's like niggas coming up and smoking a damn cigarette.
Covenant sacrifice. Okay, right? If there's a future covenant that Christ is going to establish, what do we call the dispensation of time for the purpose where he has lived on earth to the point where he was sacrificed as a means of covenant? Yeah, my question is, isn't that a portion of isn't that a covenant?
When you say covenant, that's why I'm being very specific on the new covenant.
No, I understand.
There's a covenant just.
See, the thing about these Christians, these dumbass Christians, when you question them about the scriptures that they're not familiar with, they go to being a used car salesman. It works on stupid, uneducated people that don't study. It doesn't work on us. We study.